What's up, guys and gals, and welcome to the next episode of ICED. I think today's going to be pretty sweet. We've got some water over here right in the beginning. I will take that water. That water sounds great to me, so let's get that thing all nice and unearthed. It's Gromp water for all of your gromping water needs. Grab Gromp water. Gromp water. Branded to perfection. Is there anything else over here? Looks like we got a crate in this snowbank right here, so let's go ahead and go after that. There's a big-ass jump right there, and one that I'm not really enthused about going after, especially since if you get knocked down like one time, you're like dizzy for the rest of your playthrough. Trying to keep dizziness off screen because I agree with you. I agree with the audience. The dizziness mechanic just does not do it for me. It really sincerely does not. I don't like it. I actively avoid doing certain things in the game just to avoid being dizzy. I would just make it so that it's a text thing only. It's just like, yeah, you're dizzy, but it doesn't affect the audio-visual experience at all. Just because, wow, we've got water for days right now. Okay, that's cool. We're going to need it, so we might as well get it all nice and taken care of now. I'd rather have like 50 water bottles at the beginning than no water bottles, trying to figure out where the hell I'm going to get them from. We want to look for dead guys now. A dead guy. There's a dead guy over there inside that snowbank. I can see him. I'm pretty sure that's a dead guy in that snowbank, but I got to make a long, risky jump in order to get after him. And so instead, the way that I would do it is I would look for one of the little ice drills that people use when they're going to be ice fishing. And there's always a dead guy next to the ice drill, like on the ground. That's what I've noticed. I think I see an ice drill over there. Do I? I don't know. Either way, in the previous episode, we figured out that if you use like diazepam or something like that, it'll get rid of the dizziness. But in general, there's a lot of stuff in this game that will wreck you up if you're not being careful. Dizziness being the most obnoxious and obtrusive one, and so I really try to avoid being dizzy during the course of the game. Snow survival's no joke, though. Surviving in the snow in an environment like this where it's not exactly resource rich. I mean, you would say the same thing about the desert, though, too. If you're out in like the Mojave or whatever, you would assume that it's not resource rich. But there's actually a lot of things out there you can eat. You just have to have the experience to know what to look for in what location. And it's the same thing when you're trying to survive in an environment where there's snow everywhere. This is not my forte. But the nice thing about snow is that there's lots of water. And so if you've got access to a burner, like our character does, not a burner like a phone. We're not out here dealing, you know what I mean? We're not out here slanging that yak. That's not what we do out here in survival land. But all I'm saying is that if you've got a burner, you should be able to boil off as much water as you need. That's the nice thing about this environment, is that water should not be a massive problem. Whereas in the desert, water becomes a much, much larger issue. We'll grab this right here. What do we have going on inside of here? We got tons of water, so please no water, no whammies, no fouls. We got a fishy, and we got a chocolate bar. I will take both. I have turned off the nightmares in this playthrough. I know I talked about that a second ago. Oh, it's just a buried tent. I don't even know if this is worth it to uncover. Kind of just dig like a golden retriever here real fast and see if... I mean, sometimes there's extra stuff laying around it that's not peeking out of the snow, but half the time, the like calorie expenditure and the strength expenditure to try and dig all this away is almost always not worth it in this game, except for if you find a dead body. If you find a dead body, you should dig the whole thing out because you never know if there's going to be like something really, really good down in there. It's 12 in the afternoon. Okay. 12:30 p.m. right now. I think my tent is back over there. I'm just trying to keep a weather eye on my tent. I would like them to add like a compass tool to the game. There's a couple things that could be added to this game that definitely 100% make it a lot better. I'd love to have like a map so that you can chill with the map and you can actually like draw on it and do your thing. I don't see anything peeking on this snowbank. This snowbank over here looks to be mostly the same. And we still haven't found any locations that have a drill. That's a longer jump over there, so I'm going to avoid it for now. Instead, let's make a little bunny hop over to this ice floe. And we'll see what we can find on this side. Is there anything peeking over here? No, we've got nothing peeking on this side. I mean, there is a dead guy over there. There is the risk that I won't be able to make it all the way over there and back by the time we run out of sunlight, and we don't want to be out at night. That's 100%. If you think it's cold now, wait till a little bit later. It's only going to get worse. So far, so good. I don't see anything. We do have a chocolate bar, though, so worst case scenario is if I have to haul my stupid ass back to base, I should be able to do it in a timely fashion. We got something sticking out of the snow right here. I also have a very full inventory. So, oh, that's a propane. Okay, we got a propane tank sticking out right there. Well, shit. I'm just going to go after this first. We'll go after this guy over here first. I'll dig out the dead dude, which sounds all kinds of provocative and trouble-causing. But I promise you, this is not going to be like one of those NC-17 rated playthroughs. We're just going to dig a dead guy real fast. I can dig a dead guy just like I can dig a live guy. We'll get this guy all up and out of the snow, and hopefully he's got something for us. If he doesn't, then it's going to be disappointing, but what I've found with the dead guys is they occasionally have things that you want. He's got a flashlight. That or it's a flashlight. One or the other. We're going to have to wait till we get it further uncovered. If it's one over the other, I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Stop uncrouching, kitty, go away. I always find it interesting. My cats find... You ever notice that your cats will find the most irritating period to bother you no matter what? Like, your cats will never come in for pets, like, when it's convenient for them to come in for pets. They always come in when you're trying to do something else for pets. You ever notice that? That shit drives me crazy. I'm like, why are you so... Why can't you just let me do my thing for right now? It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We got a crate here. We got a couple of propane tanks. Dead guy, unfortunately, has shit all. So he's got a torch. He's got what looks like a bunch of pill bottles right there. I will take the pill bottles, just because pills are always useful. How much space do I have left? Not a whole lot. But we did uncover this corpse, which means it should be reasonably easy enough to come back over here, get the rest of the stuff. We could take a risk and we could jump across the water right there. Like, that's a long jump, but it's manageable. Like, that jump right there can be done within a margin of error. The problem is there's follow-through on the jump, so when you hit that, you keep running for just a second, and like 80% of the time, it just takes you straight into the water, so I don't tend to risk big jumps like that if I've still got sunlight left. I'll jump over to here, and we'll pick up the extra propane tanks. We'll pick up the other goodies a little bit later. Oh, I gotta drink some water. Hold on. There we go. Drink that water real fast before I end up dizzy and stupid looking. There you go. Get that water drank up. Get that ham sandwich down. And the second that that's all nice and finished off, our only goal for right now is to head on back to base. We're just going to try and get there. We'll come pick up the excess loot in just a little bit. I think I crossed over here. As I said in previous episodes, don't jump while running. It's a terrible plan. It's not going to work out for you. Jumping while running is a surefire way in this game to hit your head and end up dizzy. And also lose like half of your health meter. It's a legitimate risk. Now, I don't know if this build has it tuned down. Like, it's something you don't have to worry about anymore, because this is a new update. He updated when he released to Steam from the pre-release build. I do appreciate the fact that he allowed you to turn off the nightmares, because the nightmares are cool, like the first 2 times you do them, and then after that you're like, alright, I've done this before, I don't want to do this anymore. And so it's nice that once you're like completely and totally used to the nightmares, you can like kick them off the island and just be like, yeah, we don't need to play these anymore. Like, get them in the first try, and then after that, you know, you're solid. You don't have to worry about it anymore. It's almost... it is 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Unfortunately, we don't have any vodka, so we can't get our vodka on, which I know our character is jonesing for right now. He's got to want it. He's got to want it. I've become more of a tequila man myself lately. I enjoy tequila. I enjoy tequila. I'll be drinking that Jose Cuervo, although Jose Cuervo supposedly is not like real tequila because they don't use like real agave or something like that. I'm sure they would protest and be like, no, 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 in every way, our product is superior. But I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. Let's go over here and we'll jump inside, and then once we're done there, I think I've still got some sprinting energy left. We'll spend some time maybe trying to catch some fish possibly. We've got fish to cook, so if we got fish to fry, we'll do our thing. But I'll see. I'm not going to bore you with the process of fishing while it gets slowly and ever more encroachingly dark. Instead, I'm just going to do my thing, and I'll see you in the morning, alright? Well, good news. It actually looks like they sped up the fish frying, too. Just a quick little update here. I wasn't going to come back till morning. But actually, it looks like they sped up the fish frying, so little adjustments that they've made. I'm about to faint, though, so I'll probably go to bed right after this. There we go. I've slept, and it looks like with the nightmare mechanic changed, you always get maximum strength from sleeping. It does sound like it's a little bit cold outside. Let's finish off frying these fish, because I know we're sitting in the pitch black right now. There we go. I'll give you a little bit of sunlight there. And we should be able to make it to like 5 a.m. or so. We'll probably get down on some snackies, make sure we stay on the attacky, make sure our bros got our backies and all that, like Helga Pataki and all that shit. Move it, football head. Dude, that's still like one of my favorite intro songs. Like, there's 2 songs that stand out to me from like 90s cartoons, alright? Because I was born in the 80s. I'm old. 90s cartoons. Here's what I remember. Hey Arnold, because you got the yep, that's the jam right there. That's straight jam sesh. Let's back up out of here so I can actually eat some fish. We'll eat these little guys. Oh, they are not worth quite as much. They used to be worth a little bit more. That's fine. Those are really, really small fish, so I didn't expect to get full meters or anything out of it. We've got water bottles. We're going to have to track down some more resources today. We still need to find the flare gun and the flare ammo so that when the helicopter arrives, we can take care of that. We've got paracetamol, and we've got dentalgen. Dentalgen is the diazepam. I think it's a benzodiazepine that deals with your balance and your equilibrium. So I think that's a motion sickness drug. And then paracetamol. Paracetamol, I'm not sure. Paracetamol might be for illness. It might be... I strongly doubt that it's a... You know what? I'm just going to drink that one too. We'll get ourselves filled up on that side as well. And then let's step outside because I think we should start to get some sunlight in just a minute. I want to get a full day in right now. We've got a pretty good chance to do a good job here. And yeah, it's a little bit nasty out. So let's put our goggles on so that we don't end up snowblind or anything like that. Hopefully this weather decides to kind of like bounce off after a little bit. I would prefer not to have to deal with this. But you know, in a perfect world we wouldn't be dealing with this kind of weather. Hopefully it goes away over the course of the day. It does appear as though we're a little bit colder outside. The nice deal is our character wasn't stranded here without snow gear. If your character was stranded here without snow gear, then yeah, I would assume we have a pretty serious problem in front of us. I'm going to try and keep sprinting to a minimum for right now, just to stay safe on stamina, because we do have a chocolate bar. The chocolate bar should give us a reasonable amount of stamina back, but I can't guarantee it. The other thing we have to worry about is getting lost in our current predicament. Like we can't see our tent already, and so that's a worrying factor. Disorientation is basically the jump off point for a wilderness related death. Like if you're gonna die, chances are the process starts with disorientation. People have this harsh tendency to panic once they become disoriented, and panicking leads to you doing stupid things. Doing stupid things more than likely will lead to some bad decision making, and that will probably lead to a fatality. There's something buried over there in that snowbank. I'm gonna do my best here to keep myself oriented. I think, if you wanted to know where the word orient comes from, by the way, it's from the old days with Marco Polo and whatnot. Keeping yourself oriented, it comes from when they were looking for the Orient, when they were trying to find like the Silk Road way over there. And so keeping yourself oriented, keeping yourself on the way to the Orient without getting lost. I would assume that's where it comes from anyways. That's my best guess. I might just be making bullshit up at this point. I am a bullshitter. I do bullshit quite frequently. I hope this weather goes away. If this weather stays an issue, we're going to have problems, because I've gotten too far from base already at this point to where it's going to be at least a little bit sketchy trying to get back. I think we saw something buried up in one of these snowbanks over here. Yeah, we got another dead guy on this side. So that's, or is that a tent? Is that a tent or a dead guy? It's a dead guy. How did all these dead people get here, man? Like, are they part of my expedition? Or like, why are there so many dead people? There's just so many. They're everywhere. Let's get to digging. We've got ourselves another crate right here. This poor bastard looks like he's got some more pills laying around him. But aside from that, see, that's what the problem is. Everybody's doing drugs out in the middle of the Arctic. I mean, you got to assume that that's going to go wrong. I see no reason that we shall be dropping benzos out here while we're trying to survive in a hostile environment. So we got 2 crates. We've got another fuel for our little lantern thingamadoobie. Dead guy, you always want to uncover their hands because the tools that they drop are always next to their hands. Aside from that, we've got a lunch pail here. Let's see what's going on with the lunch pail. It's not that pale. It's kind of a greenish color. A sickly green. A pea soup green. Drop that right there, and that gives us a little bit more water to fiddle around with. I'm okay with it. I'm going to eat the sandwich real fast just to get it out of my inventory. We'll finish that off. We'll take the water. We'll take the flashlight. We will take the pills. And that leaves us with no space remaining. So we're going to have to head back to base, and we're going to have to drop some of this stuff off. Hopefully I don't get lost along the way. We got plenty of strength to last us the day. We just got to survive a little bit. Getting that extra water was helpful, though, because that should be enough water to last us a little while. I think the paracetamol is more than likely going to be for getting rid of bacteria in our system. I don't think... It doesn't have the right name for, like, a antibiotic, though. Paracetamol. I don't think antibiotics end in mol. Like, normally it's stuff like Bactrin. There's a couple different antibiotics, and I don't think that that's... Hey, there's our tent right there. Good. Oh, we're already exhausted. Jesus, apparently this took it all out of us. Cool. Well, we'll go back, and I'll sleep during the day if I have to. I mean, I would hate to be up all night. I may leave my character to black out or whatever if it really comes down to it like that, but we need to find something. So far, we found a couple of dead bodies, and we haven't struck it rich yet. We've gotten pretty markedly unlucky. Pretty markedly unlucky. It does look like... Oh, my strength is back. That's weird. It looked like it dropped off super hard, and then it came back. Although, when you got rockin' biceps like that, you got to assume that you got muscle mass to move around, you know? Not everybody gets blessed like that. Hashtag blessed. I should have... Are my fishies still in here? Did I eat all the fishies? I did not eat all the fishies. All right. So we'll throw the water in there. We've got some more dentalgen. Oh, we've caught a disease. So, we took dentalgen. If we take paracetamol, will that help? Does this work? I don't know if that has a battery. It's an antipyretic. I'm gonna have to Google that and figure out an anti-inflammatory, maybe? Maybe that's for if you've got, like, bruising or you've been hit or something like that. It might just be a painkiller. I don't know. Either way, it looks like we've caught a disease or something, and our health is ticking downwards now. I'm not a fan of random mechanics like that, where it's just like you're walking around, you catch a disease, and you die. There was a bunch more pills back with the other dead guy that we could take a look at, but let me go ahead and do some Google Foo real fast to figure out what an antipyretic is. But our health is going down pretty rapidly. My hope is... Oh, I got too cold. That's what happens. Okay, I got sick because I got too cold. Alright, well, let's put that back on. We'll hang out here for a little bit. Okay, so an antipyretic did pretty much what I thought it did. It's not anti-inflammatory. I knew it had something to do with fire in there. It's a fever reducer. It reduces your fever and helps you survive. And so... I think if I can keep that rocking, we should be good, but I need to figure out a way to get warm. I'm going to use the burner because we have plenty of burner fuel. I'm just going to turn this thing on, and we got to get our body temperature back up. I wasn't expecting this to go that poorly. I don't know if it's from drinking water out in the middle of nowhere or how this happened. A propane fire is not going to provide that much heat, but I got to do what I got to do. So let's back off of it, and we'll just let it see if it raises the latent temperature at all. I will also use this time to fish a little bit. There's really nothing else we can do. But we're dying from this disease pretty quickly. Our health is already down by half. Oh, I thought I had a bite right there. That sucks. Yeah, we're going to die from this disease. That sucks, man. That's just like a completely random thing, too, although my body temperature does look like it's going back up. We might have been able to ride that out. I don't know. We still have a disease. We're still under the influence of the antipyretic. Our body temperature is on its way back up, so we'll keep that cooking for now. I'm going to keep the antipyretic on me, drink some water, eat the chocolate bar, get your energy levels back up. I don't know if this is going to help us heal at all or anything like that. I don't know if we should just go to sleep. Man, that health is dropping off quick. Although it seems to have slowed now that our temperature is a little bit higher. I'm just going to leave the burner on then. We're going to do what we have to do in order to survive. I can replace propane. I can't replace me. You get what I'm saying? It's like, eh. And then we're just going to wait for this antipyretic to wear off, and I'm just going to chain use them over and over again. I think our baseline temperature is like 36°C is where the game likes you to be at for your character to be comfortable. This might be a good opportunity to continue fishing as well. There is a cursor in this game, by the way. It's just my capture program that I had previously did a thing that it's never done before. I've never seen it not capture the mouse with that particular program, and so it was one of those things that was completely unpredictable. Luckily, the game is all radial menu-based anyways, so it's not that big of a deal. Hopefully we start healing, because our health is in a bit of trouble right now. To the extent that, like, I wouldn't risk going outside at the moment. I would be worried I'm going to die if I go outside. There we go, 36.5, much better. Get that temperature nice back and up. And my hope is that if we've caught a disease, we more than likely probably have a fever. We keep using antipyretics and we should be good. Maybe. I've got an antipyretic right now. We don't have the resources to really camp here for too long, however. So we'll keep our eye on it. I'm going to gut some fish. I'm going to keep the burner on. There we go, little buddy. Oh, that animation's pretty cool. I never noticed that he actually, like, slits the fish open and all that kind of stuff. I thought he just took the knife and dragged it down the bottom. developer put more detail into it than I would have. I would have just been like, it's a good enough animation. Who cares? But then again, I'm a lazy son of a bitch, which is why I don't end up being a game developer. You know what I mean? I'm super lazy. Like, my laziness is absurdly high. Cook these fish off, and we might make it through an episode without dying. I don't think that's ever happened before. Oh, good. The disease is over, I think. Yeah, we kicked it with the help of the antipyretic. Good. I was worried we were going to die. I was really concerned we were going to die. I want to make it through an episode without dying horribly. You know what I mean? It happens so frequently when I play this game, too. Oh, we've got a purified fish, but he's not quite taken care of yet. We got a little bit of water left, but actually I'm thinking water and juice are going to be our main concerns. Both of those things kind of lining up to be a little bit problematic. Oh, I can put the flashlight in a slot. Okay, I don't know how I use those slots, but... How do I use the flashlight? Can I go through here and find it? So with the flashlight, fast use, alpha 1, alpha 2. I don't know what that means. So I'm going to go fast use 1, fast use 2. There we go. Oh, reload is R already. Okay, so we'll call it G. Sounds good to me. I played MMOs, so I'm adaptive. I can put anything on a button somewhere. So that's going to be our G key that breaks that out. Oh yeah, there it is. So we should be able to stay out at night now, assuming that our strength holds out. I don't want to go to sleep, though, because that's going to put me out there in, like, the middle of the morning. Oh, well, we need the health. Let's do it. Our health came back by a little bit. Our health came back by a little bit, which means we've locked in there. We're not totally stoked right now, but we should be able to make it work. So with the flashlight, let's step outside and see how dark it is at 1 in the morning. With moon cover, we should be all right, I think. Oh, shit, that's pretty dark. Never mind, then. That's pretty dark. I don't see us getting a whole lot of work done with this kind of darkness in the way. It especially makes some of these iceberg jumps very sketchy. But at the same time, we got like a full health meter, and it's so early in the morning that I can't really do much. I mean, other than that, I might just fish for a little while, but that seems like a waste of my resources, because then I gotta come out here like first thing in the morning and find more water to drink without having to go through ice flows and whatnot. Also a pretty solid chance we're gonna lose our tent if I do this. Ugh. Yeah, it's too dark. I don't want to risk it. It's way too dark. It's going to be super easy to take like a slip and a fall and just have an accident here. In addition, it looks like we've got another storm coming in that's going to be problematic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the episode right here. We'll continue this playthrough in the next episode of ICED. Thank you for stopping on in with me. I think this game is super awesome. I like it a lot, especially since the developer is watching YouTube videos, he's watching reviews, and he's trying to lock in on like the things that are unnecessary versus the things that are necessary for his game. And I think he's been doing a pretty good job so far. The first patch fixed up a lot of the issues that I found to be super annoying. And so I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. My name is Splattercat. If you like what I do here on the channel, make sure you check out the Patreon. It's a great way to support me and make sure that I get to keep making videos. Patreon.com/Splattercat. Aside from that, the link for the game is down below if you wanted to get it for yourself and play a little bit. I will see you all later. Thanks for stopping on in. Bye, everybody, and hi-do.